one thing that I live by, is like this phrase: to be one, ask one, or ask one to be one. If you want to do something in life, you gotta go to the people that have done it or are trying to do it.
Facts.
You need to get in that room.
Welcome to Man Unmuted.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's do
What's
it.
up? What's up, fellas?
Another week.
Another week. I'm excited about today, man. We got a legendary guest today for y'all.
Man, when I say we got an amazing guest, man, let me get the list of things to say about this gentleman, man. First of all, we're honored to have you here. We have a man that's a college graduate. We got this guy that's a FSU alum. We got a man that, first of all, with those things, man, we got a man with purpose that's walking in purpose. We got a man that's dedicated. We got an amazing family member to his family and friends, man. We have a future husband. Congratulations to that.
Thank you.
We have this. First of all, another thing, too, we have a man of God,
Yes,
a
sir.
good man. So a man that we can just look up to and follow and just seek his counsel for vision and purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we have Cam in the building. Let's go.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Let's go. What's up, fam? Welcome to Man Unmuted, fam, brother.
Ecstatic to
Hey,
be
To the
here.
pod.
Let's go.
It's an honor for me as well. I've known you all for quite a long time, and I see you all as my older brothers. That I'm the oldest, in my family. So
Yeah,
I see y'all as like my older brothers that I never had.
honor.
You on an interesting walk, my brother, and we would like to pick your brain for today, man. We like to pick your brain for this topic today, man. Let's jump into it. Let's jump into the topic for today, man. So I seen this quote a while back before that really impacted me. It was by Benjamin Franklin. He said that many men die at age 25. They just aren't buried until age 75. So that leads us to the topic for today: finding your purpose and a passion. A lot of people intertwine the two between purpose and passion. And that's understandable because they both have a big impact on fulfilling us as people in our lives, man. But purpose, they are two different things. Let's get that clear. Purpose and passion are two different things. So purpose is it's your why. It's your existence for being on this earth. It's like, why am I here? It's what contributions am I giving to this world? Like, what am I doing to this world? A lot of people wonder that. And passion is it's like your gift. It's like, what are you good at that's hard for others? It's like your gift, your personal calling. So let's jump into it. I'm going to let you guys jump into it, see how y'all feel, man. Y'all talk to me. So what is purpose to you, and did you find yours? Did you find yours yet?
I mean, I think it's exactly what you said. I mean, what contributions do you have to make while you're here on this earth? I think that's a great definition of your purpose. And I think when it comes to passion, I won't say not only just, what you're good at. I say what you care about, what
Right.
makes you happy, what brings you joy, and I think those two things can be intertwined, but I think that we need to realize that it doesn't always happen that way. One thing that I always tell kids, like I when I was in college, I started like a mentoring program, and to this day, I have conversations with kids, even no matter the age, even grown men about this. I'm like, man, you got to do two things in life. You got to find out what you're good at, and then you got to find out what you're passionate about. You got to find out what you care about. And those two things, if you can combine your passion and, your purpose, like, man, you're on your way to living, a life of fulfillment. That's
Definitely.
what I would say.
Bro, I feel if you could figure out how to combine your passion and purpose, that's where the magic happens, bro. That's really where the magic happens, man, in life, man.
I mean, it's a great quote that I heard from the great Mark Twain. It's two of the most important days in your life, and that's when you're born and when you find out why.
Okay.
So that, to me, resonated with me so much because I realized, like, that is a very important thing when you find out why you're here, what's your why, what's your purpose. So just even navigating to get there, it's a journey. It's a journey that a lot of people trying to figure out at 20 and 30, 50, 60, like you was just saying. So today, I just hope that we can walk people through our journeys and try to give people something that we can, help people get to their purpose.
So, did y'all always have a clear sense of what y'all purpose was? Or was it did it come gradually? How did that, talk to me?
I mean,
Or do you even know? Do y'all even, know kind of what y'all purpose is?
the funny thing is I've generally known or felt that I knew what my purpose was since I was a child. You know, obviously you said it. I'm a man of God. I grew up in the church. You know, my great grandparents, my grandparents, my parents, they all were involved in the church specifically, but they all had a very spiritual connection to God. So I saw them go to church, but I didn't just see them sit in the pews. I saw them, you know, in, you know, their spiritual vulnerability. And like seeing that growing up, you know, it instilled in me a want or a need rather to fulfill what God has ordained for us to do in life. And one of those things and something that really resonated with me was just helping your fellow man. And like for me, there's a like tiers to this. My family is one of them, you know, perhaps the most important thing to me in life.
Right.
My family, the people that I consider loved ones and the people that are kin to me. And then next is the common man, you know, so just bringing it back full circle when I growing up in the church, having that spiritual connection to God. My purpose, I feel like, has always been to make the world a better place. And on my daily journey, you know, it's a goal of mine to touch someone or, you know, make their day better,
Right.
whether that be a joke. And I've had this in me since I was a kid. So I would say I'm passionate about, you know, my family, I'm passionate about people, but I also feel like my purpose is to impact people. I don't necessarily, in a broader sense, I don't necessarily know specifically what it is because I feel like God has blessed me with many talents and individuals around me that have many talents. So I don't necessarily know where my life will lead, but I do know what I'm passionate about. And I do have a sense of what my purpose is.
So you feel your purpose is to impact people?
Impact the world, change the world, make it a better place.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And that can happen in many different ways, man.
Too many.
Yeah, right.
What about you, Kitty?
But me, from a kid, I knew that I was gonna always be like a communicator. Since like 6, 7 years old, they used to call me preacher man, and you know, my grandfather, my great grandfather were preachers and pastors. So, like what you were just saying, Cam, like I grew up with the church and God, and that stuff instilled in me as well. So, having the great grandparents that from both sides that were in the church, it made me feel like I felt like I'm going to be a communicator. And I remember back when I was young, we used to have like cassette tapes, and I remember my grandfather had one that had a voice recorder on it. And I used to like record myself talking and like pretending I'm preaching, and I'm like 7, 8 years old, and I would just listen back to it and just listen to myself talk. And so just, you know, as I got older, I just continued to know how to talk and like talking to people. I like bridging the gap. I like bringing people from all walks of life all together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a man that wants to help people as well. You know, I have a journey of myself that I want to help people get better in certain areas. So for me, I think I'm knocking on the door of mine, of finding my purpose.
Okay. They make all us, man. I grew up in a church house, too. You already know how our grandma was, man. Every Sunday we had to be in there, man, to cut that TV game off. But as far as my purpose, man, I feel my purpose is I'm good with words. I feel I'm good with storytelling. So I feel my purpose is to just touch people with stories, different stories. Like since I was younger, I've written poems, bro. Like I started writing poetry at a young age, man. My mom started entering me in contests, started getting in, like copywritten. And as I got older, I somewhat lost that journey, but I got back into it. Man, I started from poetry to kind of writing different novels, different things. And now I feel this is a part of my purpose right here. This is another way to tell stories and to touch people, bro.
Yeah, of course.
So I feel this is a part of my purpose. I'm really starting to walk in it now. So with you guys, did y'all notice, are there any obstacles y'all had to endure with finding your purpose or realizing your purpose that y'all had to go through?
I would say I'm still going through those obstacles now, you know, because like I said, in a broader sense, I know or I have a feeling of, you know, what it is I'm here to do on earth, to make the world a better place. And like I said, I feel also that I've been blessed with many talents.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, ultimately, like, and I think your purpose can change too, depending on where you are in life, right?
For sure.
So I think ultimately, you know, and I want to make this clear too. Like where I am now today, it has not been easy.
Okay.
You know, and I'll say faith, like I said before, has been the root of like my life as far as like defining where I want to go, what I want to do, and the faith hasn't always been easy because of the things that I've had to go through in life. When you talk about death, when you talk about hardship, and me, I'm the type of person anybody like I said, I come in contact with, I want to make their day better. I want to, and I've had situations where the people that I want to help have done things to hurt me. Whether that be relationships, whether that be physically, whether that be, just in conversation. And then whether that be getting denied of things that I thought were meant for me. And y'all know this. I wanted to play football. I grew up playing football.
Yeah.
I went to college. I said, I want to walk on. And, before I got that opportunity, it was snatched away from me. And in my mind, I could change the world if I first got myself in a position.
So let's touch on that. Do you feel that at one point you wanted to play football was your purpose? Because in life, sometimes don't we feel we know our purpose and we feel we walking in it, then it changed. And then we question, is this our purpose? And then we do something else and we feel this our purpose. Did you feel football was your purpose at first, or you always knew it was to impact people?
Well, I knew it was something I was good at. And again, like I said, you got to pick something you're good at, something you're passionate about.
Okay.
And that was my two things.
I got you.
It just was a perfect storm,
Okay.
right? But I didn't, mind you, football careers generally last, 4 to 5 years. I knew this. Mind you, I had my fair share of injuries coming up.
Wow.
So I knew this isn't a long-term life thing. This is get in a situation where you can, uplift your family, uplift your community, and, you also have the assets to make sure you're good, like for life, if you make the right decisions. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never felt like sports was my purpose. I just felt like it was a gift that I was given physically.
Okay.
And, it would allow me to get to where I ultimately needed. Not, I won't even say wanted. Ultimately, where I needed to be. Because honestly, when it comes to like my essence, I don't always want to be like this. I don't always want to run into a situation and say, I want the best for this person that's sitting across from me. I don't. But it's my nature.
Right.
So,
Got you.
I mean, for me, I've had a couple of obstacles, man, and for me, it's just been getting in my own way. You know what I'm saying? And just not doing the work on myself to actually find my purpose and get on track to work on it and get there. So that's something that I'm still working on now at 34 years of age, that I realize that, man, it's a journey to get to your purpose. And one thing that I do realize is that you have to work. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to reach your purpose sitting in the house, not doing anything. God is going to give you your purpose while you're working on something, on yourself, on the passion, the thing that you're passionate about, or the gift that you have. If you're working towards those things and like trying to really pursue it as hard as you can, I feel like that will be the thing. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to just better myself on the things that I love doing and things that I don't even care about getting paid for. I just love doing it. So for me, I mean, like I said before, it was the obstacles of getting in my own way. And now I'm getting out of my own way and allowing myself to just go on the path of trying to get there, get it. And I feel like I'm much more closer than I ever have been before, man. And this platform is definitely something that I love and I'm passionate about. I'm excited to do it. And so, man, I'm just grateful for this, man. So thank God for it.
Okay, definitely agree, man. Do y'all feel that in finding your purpose, do it affect your daily decisions sometimes on what you do?
Well, sorry, I did. That was the full question?
Yeah.
I mean, and I was eager to answer that one because I think when it comes to your purpose, right, you have to put yourself in a situation to find it, and I think part of that has to do with what your passion is. If you're passionate about something, for example, they got this Sprite commercial out right now where Anthony Edwards is drinking Sprite, and then the kids see Anthony Edwards do a tomahawk dunk, and then say he drunk Sprite. I could do it too if I drink Sprite. It's not that simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to put the work in. You got to be, you have to create a systemic process for you to find that. Like I said, I tell kids that I mentor all the time, I say, hey, find out what you're good at. That's really important for sustainability in life, because to me, that's really important. Growing up, I didn't have that stability financially, I'll say. So find out what you're good at, but that takes work. You gotta just try everything.
I agree.
Try everything, fail at it twice, and then pick up the next thing, and then maybe go back to the last thing you failed at, and then come back, try something else, because you won't know until you're there. You won't know these athletes. They don't know until that basketball or that football is put in their hand.
But I got a question, because it's things that we see. We see athletes, we see people that are like that have mastered things that, like, for example, like Floyd Mayweather. Like he anybody would think that he was supposed to be a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Tiger Woods was supposed to be a golfer. Michael Phelps was supposed to be. Robin Williams was supposed to be what he is. And you look at a lot of people that it seems as though that's their purpose. And then when they get to that point, a lot of times we see people fall into depression. So is it like, was it really your purpose? You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people say too, and I'm hearing lately, is once you reach that point of mastery of your purpose, this and that, it's like, now what? So was the purpose what you was just put in as a kid to pursue, or was that something that was really for you? So like, how do you feel about that? Like, is this like what you were saying, when you get put in, like I put my daughter in swimming, I put her in tennis, I put her in jiu-jitsu. Those are things does she know that about her purpose, or is this the things that she's just been put in and she's pursuing it? And how do you know what I'm saying?
I think for your daughter's situation, you just having her try different things to help her find her purpose.
Okay.
So you just have her trying different things, as you should as a dad. You just throwing her different things to see what resonate with her. To see what resonate with her, what may incite her, what she may be good at, and it may spark something in her purpose or passion that you see, and she may see, and she may accelerate at. So I see what you're saying there. But as far as the actor situation and other situations, like, I definitely agree with that. I feel that some people, they reach their peak and they think that's their purpose, but it's not, bro. Or they come to find out that it's not their purpose. I think that's just, they just not fulfilled, bro. They reach their peak and it's like they thought everything was it, and they like, it's not touching their heart. Because with your purpose and passion, it got to be something that resonates with your heart. It got to be something that makes your heart smile at the end of the day, bro. It got to be something you feel you're good at, but you're helping people. Like, your passion and purpose can't be to make money. Let's just be clear. It can't be that I want to make money. Because once you make all the money you can, what else going to happen? What else you going to do? You made all the money in the world, and now what?
More money.
Success today, more money, bro. It's more money.
You
It's like, that's where you see people fall into depression. That's where it just comes down to sadness. But if you're doing something that you feel is making others happy, it's making your heart happy, you could constantly do that, bro. Like you said, that quote by Mark Twain is a quote that he said, you do something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life, bro. So you just do something that you love.
See, although I did say, like I said, find your passion, find something that you're good at, I can agree with that only to a certain extent. Because there's things that I've loved. Growing up, I loved music. And like I said, we talking about the church right now. So my grandmother has been the choir director at every church that I've ever gone to, right? So naturally, I was in the choir, right? While playing sports, running track, basketball, everything, right? So I love music growing up. I still love music to this day, right? Gospel, any genre, right? Anything that sounds good, I love it. So I played the drums, right? And I loved it at first. But, like, and again, I still do to this day. But at a certain point in time, it became a job. It became something that, was more of, me having to do it because I made this commitment rather than me doing it because it would make me happy in that moment. So we talked about these athletes, right? We talked about people that get to the pinnacle of their profession, the pinnacle of whatever field they're in. And I think it boils down to, like, one, them not having that emotional awareness or intelligence up to a point to say, hey, what can I change to make this fulfilling for me again, right? And then it's something like more internal where, they may have, like, money, for example, everybody wants it,
Yeah.
right? But we know that it's the Bible says it's the root of all evil, right? Well, but we all want it, right? And then some people think that's their purpose. That's what they're meant to do, just get money, right? But after that, emotionally, what work have you done to make sure you're emotionally stable at every point in your life? I think, that has to be discussed as well.
It's true.
Because financial stability, honestly, it means me being comfortable.
Yeah.
Well,
like
free.
physical.
For me, it's
yeah.
like freedom. It's like a sense of freedom as well. So yeah, I get you.
Physically, you're comfortable. You have the physical comfort of flying wherever you want to fly, or dressing in whatever clothes you want to dress in, or walking into any building and saying,
"Yeah,
well, I'm here."
Yeah, and they're gonna make way for you.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all feel in life we have certain things that may come upon us that are purpose killers? That like we feel we may find our purpose, and then it's stuff that just make us just kill our dream or kill our purpose.
Me personally, man, for myself, for many years, I would say for me, it's been procrastination. Procrastination has been something that I could say for many years has been a silent purpose killer for me, I would say. And it's just something that I've been working on for many years. Like I had notes for a podcast in 2015, 2016, 2017, never did it. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I feel that for me is something that kills it, man, because it's always I'll get to it, or I'll wait till everything line up and then I'll do it. And then like lately, the last thing I talked to my therapist about she was telling me it's not about saying you're going to write a book. Just write a paragraph. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that I realized too, is it's not, you got to just take this one step, just do the small thing, and then you'll end up seeing the results. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I realized that procrastination is a big thing for me that has killed my purpose for many years, and I just got sick and tired of it. So
for me, I'll say sometimes a purpose killer could be the people we love, man. Like sometimes our purpose may take us away from the people we love. Like my purpose may take me away from spending time with my daughter. It may take me away from spending that time with my wife, and maybe certain situations I feel bad or that person don't understand. And that seems to where the points where we don't reach our purpose, man, because we think so much about the people we love and we want to be there for them. But we mad that we may lose them or they may not understand. But I learned in life sometimes if you just communicate and get them that chance, they'll definitely understand, bro. So those are purpose kills. And also I see in life, man, we self-sabotage ourselves, bro, by thinking, I can't do that. That's impossible. Or, man, and maybe I'm too old. Or, man, this or that, bro. So it's our mindset, bro. Sometimes we self-sabotage ourselves. That can be personal. That can be killers, man.
Yeah, I mean, I would say something similar. Because even though, like, I feel like my 8-year-old self would say, man, you accomplished a decent amount of things, but myself now, I look at it like I didn't do a lot of the things that, that I might have wanted to venture into because of fear of failure. Like fear of, what they gonna say about me failing.
Yeah.
Fear of jumping into something without knowing, what I'm getting myself into. So, like, as a kid, and I'm going to share something with y'all that's funny. I used to perform at all, like, the little talent shows and do my rap thing and, play with the beats and all of that. There was one talent show that my mic was messing up, and, right, I'm doing the song and I get the beat off with my lyrics, and it was bad, man.
Wow.
That was my last time that I actually set foot on a stage to perform.
Wow.
Like so that's just an example of like,
a fear of that happening again, possibly.
I failed. Like I bombed, man. It was terrible.
Man,
it was terrible. I laugh at it now, but at that moment.
But now that we're older, we can look back on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that how old were you at that time?
I was probably like 12 or 13.
Bro, just think about this though, because I believe in perspectives. So I'm sure there was some more homies you had, some other friends. They wanted to do it. They wanted to get on stage and try to do it. They didn't. You had courage enough to actually do it and fail in front of everybody.
I had done it before, but I never failed like that.
I mean, but still, you still did it. You feel me? So you still got up and did it.
Yeah, point taken. Yeah. But I think that's an example. Like failing, like either you failed and you're like, oh man, why would I put myself in that position again? Or you have the fear of failing. That's me personally.
I think that's important, bro. I think the expectation of failure and fear stops a lot of people finding a purpose, bro. I think a lot of people don't want to go through anything to find a purpose. They think they're just supposed to fall in your lap or it's supposed to be something that's easy, bro. But in order to find your purpose, a lot of times, it's the road less traveled, bro. It's hard, and a lot of people don't understand that, bro. Let me give you an example, bro. Say you're an aspiring politician, and you got a genuine heart for helping your community, bro. And you talented at public speaking. But you understand the political game as you get into it, you can't take them criticizing you. You don't know how to take it because in the political world, they don't play fair. They talk dirty. They say a lot of things about you. You like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I can't take that, man. I don't want to get in this. And you decide to be a teacher. You decide to be a professor. And later on in life, you're like, man, what is my purpose? What is my passion? But you just walked away from it because you couldn't even take the little things that you had to go through for that. And in your future, you could have been a senator. You could have been a president. You could have been something else if you just had to go through those little moments of life, bro, and just endure.
Of discomfort.
But discomfort, bro. Yeah. And a lot of times that happens with a lot of people, bro. They just don't want to go through the things. A lot of athletes, bro, they can't take that they have to work practice. They got to keep putting in the work, bro. It's off season. You got to put in that work. You got to eat right. You got to go to the gym, and that stop them from conquering their purpose, bro. That happens in a lot of different ways, bro. We just think that it's easy. Our purpose is supposed to be easy. It ain't always the case, man. And then fear stops a lot. It stops us a lot, man.
I mean, with fear, there's an acronym that I learned from it. Is either face everything and run or face everything and rise. So that's how I kind of look at it too. Like you can face everything and rise above it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, everybody in fear of something. You know what I'm saying? But to conquer that fear is a feeling that is so validated to me, and it's a hard thing to do, but you just gotta try as hard as you can, bro. Not to be so cliche, man, but you gotta try to get out of your comfort zone and find people that are doing things that you like to do or things that's similar to it, and like pick their brain, ask questions like, man, did you fail in this area? Like, what did you do? Like, how did you feel about that? And then let people pour into you on how they got better and how they got out of that situation. So I always feel like getting out of fear is like reaching out and connecting to people that are doing the things that I'm interested in and see how they got over some of the obstacles.
Bro, when you listen to a lot of celebrities or famous people, their story and finding their purpose, bro, is never easy.
Yeah.
When you hear Steve Harvey talk about his story and having to sleep in the car and having to go to these clubs and perform for free or do this and that, it wasn't easy, bro. When you hear Tyler Perry talking about the things he had to go to in order to get his first playoff and he was homeless and go through these things, it wasn't easy, but he had to go through those things to find his purpose. When you hear Eric Thomas' story about he had to get kicked out of his house with his mom, bro. So you hear their story, you got to understand it ain't never going to be easy, man. Your journey, your walk, bro, in order to find your purpose and sometimes reach your destination ain't going to be easy, bro.
Yeah, and I think, just to add to that, I think in life, if you want to achieve something you never done, you're going to have to go to the depths that you've never been to before. You're going to have to do some things that you never done before to get to where you want to go. And me personally, I can say, even though, I've been able to accomplish some things, that there has stopped me from doing some other things that I might have been, interested in. Not to say that they might have been my purpose. Who knows? But I think that stops a lot of us.
So, what advice would y'all give to men who are struggling to identify their purpose and passion?
Man, you just gotta. I feel like you gotta look at yourself and like you said, Cam, earlier. Think about what you really love. Think about something that makes your heart smile. Think about, as a kid, what used to take up all your time. What was the thing that your parents, when you was on punishment, they told you not to do? You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing that you should try to go to and get back into those hobbies. Like, I'm not saying for you to like go back and start making beats, Cam, but you know what I'm saying? But like just, you know, go back to your childhood hobbies, man. Go back to your childhood hobbies, man, and like find things that used to make you smile as a kid, man. Like the Bible say be childlike. Because I feel like kids, you know, they don't really have fear. You know what I'm saying? Like my daughter will jump off anything, bro. There's no fear. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like go back to your childhood and find things that really piqued you, and then just try to embark on it, man, and get better at it.
For sure. I mean, I gotta go back to what I said before. Find something that you love, right? You said it. Something that makes your heart smile. Because in a sense, you know, if you treat it right, when you're doing it, you won't feel like you're working. You
right.
feel like you're doing something that makes you happy. But also find something that you're great at, something that you're good at. If you can find out what you're good or great at, then you will always have some sort of contribution to give to the world, to, you know, that company, to your company. You will always have that contribution to give. If you're good at hard work, find a place that values hard work. You don't necessarily have to be the smartest person there. Find a place that man, I never forget, man, just to give a quick story, man. I was working somewhere, mind you, I was working somewhere that required me to wear suits every day. And we had an event, and it was outside, right?
Yeah.
And we were basically preparing for hurricane season. We were we gave away like, I don't know how many gallons of water, how many packs of water, but I'm out there, and mind you, you know, this is something that I'm hosting, so I want to make sure everyone's getting what they came there to get, which is hurricane season, the water, and the supplies, right? So I'm out there working like I took off the suit, I got on my shirt, T-shirt, and some pants, and I'm out there working. We had, I think Home Depot sponsored the event, so they provided like the sheltering supplies, and I'm out there, and this is one of the things I'll say. If I'm doing something, I'm laser focused, and I'm gonna work hard at that. So I'm busting my behind, like out there. I'm going to the pallet, picking up the water. I'm moving like I'm like a robot out there.
Serving.
And so they're, I think it was the manager of the location that was sponsoring the event. They came to me out there, were like, man, you don't have to know anything. We see how hard you're working. We want you to come work for us. They didn't even know that I was the person that had contacted them to set up the event. But I think that situation, I was presented with an opportunity. I didn't take it, but I was presented with an opportunity simply because I was out there working hard. Like, and I would also say anything you're doing in life, don't waste your time or the people around you's time. Do it to the fullest extent that you're capable. And I think doors will open up and you will start to see things clearly. Like as far as what your purpose is or what you're good at.
Yeah. I would say to anybody out there struggling, any man out there struggling to find their purpose or passion, bro, just understand life is a journey, not a destination, man. Don't pressure yourself and feel you got to find your purpose right away. Be patient, man. Be patient and just try different things. Just try different things, see what you're good at, see what resonates with you, and just enjoy life, man. Just enjoy life and just be patient. I'll say again, man, because we're looking at it from a biblical standpoint, bro. David was anointed before he was appointed king, bro. Before he was appointed king of Israel, he was anointed. And he was patient, bro. He still had to shepherd the sheep, bro. He still waited during his season, bro. And I feel a lot of people don't want to wait. We don't want to be patient, man. We may look and see that, Cam, you walking in your gift, bro. You making millions or you doing this. And I'm like, man, what am I doing? Man, I've been doing this and I've been doing that, man. And why my life going this way? And I see you walking in yours, but it's not my time. I got to be patient during my season as King David was, man. And you shall reap, man. I feel a lot of people. So I'll tell anybody out there struggling to be patient. Just be patient, bro.
And stop looking at, like what you just said too, stop looking at other people's, like this man walking in his purpose, and now you comparing yourself to this, but man, I ain't get to my purpose yet, so I see him. But man, you don't know what kind of work this man done put in. You don't know what type of hardships this man done put in. You don't have no idea. You ain't do none of the work this man did to get to this journey, to get to this point, this destination. And you just looking at where he's at now. And it's like, that's another thing I feel like messes people up too. They look at everybody else, man. Like it's a journey, bro. Like it's seasons, like you always say. Still, it's not your season, but guess what? It's your off season. So work on what you're trying to do, man. Like, but stop looking at other people and their purpose and comparing it to yours. So that ain't gonna work for me. That ain't it.
Facts. Patience is the key, man. But what tools or resources would y'all suggest to anybody looking to find their purpose or passion on this journey?
I mean, I think I mentioned it earlier. You got to be systemic and methodic about things of this nature, especially as a man, right? Like, for example, you know, a lot of us men, we will become fathers. We, you know, will become husbands. And as a man, you know, you're expected to be the person in your household, at least the standards that I was raised on. You're expected to be that person in your household that, you know, leads, right? And this requires you to be analytical about everything that you all are doing. Any good leader will not just think about the next day. That leader is going to think about a year ahead, 5 years ahead. You're going to take each day, right? But you're going to think about long term as well. So I would say this, any person that's trying to find their purpose, you need to be methodic and systemic about it. You need to create a process, whether you're looking for it or whether you feel like you found, you know, your purpose. In order to cultivate whatever skill that you have or you want to you know, gain, you have to develop a process to grow it, to nurture it, right? One of the things, man, my barber, barbershop talk, right? I'm at the barbershop. My barber always tells me, feed the things that feed you, right? And I would change that up to say, feed the things that you want to feed you, right? Feed the things that are important to you. Feed the things that you want to be good at, right? And I might be a little long-winded on this, but I think a lot of people too, they say what they want to do, they plan it out, but they don't think about what reality is, right? You got to be self-aware. You got to have emotional intelligence. You got to develop that, right? So you have to sit back in retrospect and say, okay, I know this is what I say I'm about, but am I really doing the things that I say I'm about, right? Am I really, if I say I want to go to the gym 5 days a week or I want to be in shape, am I doing the things, or am I just telling people that I want to do those things, or I'm just looking up the nutritional facts and showing people, you know, or am I actually doing those things? So one, you have to create the process, but you also have to hold yourself accountable for that process that you're, you know, telling yourself or telling people that, you know, you want to live by in order to step into your purpose, right? So I think it's not as simple as it sounds that I'm putting it, but I think that's a foundational step into that direction. Yeah.
And I'm guilty of that. I'm so guilty of it, man, about saying things that I want to do and things that I'm going to do and never got to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's been years of it. And I'm sure like a lot of friends of mine are probably, you know, aggravated with me saying what I'm going to do and never actually got through to it. Procrastination. Yeah. But, you know, like what you're saying, man, it's something that it's tough, dog. It's tough. And to have that self-awareness and to actually look at yourself and say, bruh, you full of it. You are actually full of it, man. You ain't gonna do, like, your word as a man, that's all you got. And so when you tell people what you're about to do and what you're gonna do and you don't do it, now it's like your word is nothing. Like, so it's like I learned too, don't say don't say it. You know, just start doing it. And then just let the result speak for itself.
I would say certain resources I would suggest is, I read a book before called The Alchemist, bro. That's an amazing book if you're looking to find your purpose. Like, it's no book that's going to tell you, like, this is your purpose, Cam, this is your purpose, KT. But The Alchemist is going to direct you on how to be patient and kind of, it gives you a story of a boy in Santiago and how he went about finding his purpose. And it's called The Legend. And the book is called He's Looking to Find His Legend, which is his purpose. And it tells the different obstacles he had to go to. And it also discusses, like, the journey, man, of the people who have failed before and finding their purpose and why. So if you're looking to find your purpose, I think The Alchemist is a dope book, man. I think that's a dope book to look into, bro. Also, I would say, man, read the Bible, man. The Bible, the Bible, and also, of course, there's also a good book that we look to, man. I know in Proverbs 16:9 it says, in humans we look for our own journey and our own heart or what to find, but God establishes our ways. So we just got to kind of look to Him, man, and where we going.
I think you made a great point, man, because, I mean, I think the stories that other people can tell you, or the sort of the allegories that, like, present to you, you know, their experience, can give you a great, like, perspective, like a bird's eye view of what they went through to get there. Mind you, of course, we all grew up in the church, so the Bible, of course, would be a great resource for us to look to for, like, not only guidance in, you know, this realm, but just guidance in the spiritual realm as well. But those stories are relatable as they were then when they were written as they are today. Even with new technology, with, you know, the civilization that we live in is not necessarily, you know, comparable to that, you know, in ancient Egypt and, you know what I'm saying, and Jerusalem. That it's not akin to each other. However, you'll still notice that people are going through the same things, right? You know, the same strife, the same personal battles, the same struggles they're going through. So, of course, I think reading is an excellent resource. And I would say read any book, right? And the reason I would say that is you need to gain every perspective that you can. And you never know how it might feed you. Just like as a man sitting here today, right? If a kid walked into this room and we had the same conversation with a kid, I think we could still learn something from it.
Yeah, sure.
We can still learn because we can understand how they're thinking. And we can take that and maybe it'll help us. It'll help our kids. You never know, right? So I think reading, but taking into account other people's experiences, right? One thing that I live by, you know, is like this phrase, to be one, ask one, or ask one to be one. If you want to do something in life, you got to go to the people that have done it or are trying to do it. Facts. You need to get in that room. So you use yourself as a resource and get next to those people so you can absorb what it is that you're trying to figure out. Like you can live it. You can see it firsthand, and you can put it on pen and paper. You can record it, and, you know, you can be there physically to absorb what it is you want to absorb, you know, with the intentions of, you know, fulfilling your life's purpose, right?
I definitely agree, bro. The Bible is a great reference, man. And sometimes we may feel we put an age on when we should reach our purpose. We may feel that, man, I see, like we say, this person reaches his purpose at 25. I may be 40 and feel like my life is over. I maybe feel like I'm stuck in this certain situation. I got kids. I got a family. I can't even reach my purpose. Like, I get used to doing the same thing, the same daily life, the same thing. But sometimes our purpose got to be nurtured, bro. Sometimes we don't know. We could walk in our purpose at 45, at 55, bro. Like, sometimes it don't always fall what we think it should happen, bro. If you look at Jesus' life between, the ages of 12 and 30, I believe, like, no one knew what he was, bro. No one knew what he was doing and stuff, bro. He was getting nurtured to walk in his purpose, bro. To come back and carry that cross, man. And nobody knew it at the time, bro. But sometimes we need that time where we need to get nurtured. Because if God give us our purpose when we're not ready, it ain't going to benefit us. We're not going to be ready. We might walk away from it. So sometimes we got to understand that, man.
And I'll add one thing. Look at history. Like, let's say you don't like reading books, right? Because I consider myself an avid reader before I started this PhD program. Because now I have to. But look at history. Like, just look at history. How did Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak create Apple? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, look at Zuckerberg and Facebook. Look at wherever you're trying to go, look at how it started. If it relates, if it's similar, we got these phones now. We don't have them for no reason.
Yeah.
At the tip of your fingers, you can figure out or get a sense of how something happened to create something that, and I think they created Apple in the 80s, and they've been a leader in the industry since. So figure out how are they able to still maintain their dominance in that industry.
See, but I think another thing that is a good thing to do is have vision. I think that when you put vision on your life and put like, this is where I want to be in 6 months. This is where I want to be in a year. You start to try to do things that gets you to that point. Like what you said, create a system, create a regimen, create a routine to help you get to the destination of where you're trying to go. So I think if you don't have vision, what do you have? So I think you got to put something in front of you to work towards, to go to and run to. So for me, I would say try to find some vision.
Definitely. So what advice would y'all give to men who may feel lost or confused right now and finding their purpose and passion?
Man, this is again, bro.
There's a lot of advice to give, but I think they would have to do a lot of inner self-reflection first, because I'll be honest, at a point in life, even after I got two degrees, I found myself in a position where I was really in a bad place, and I didn't understand why. I didn't know if what I had accomplished, or I didn't feel as though it meant anything, right? I was in a place where everything was falling down. I graduated, I got my master's, and I couldn't find a job. I went to FSU, I was stuck up in Tallahassee with nothing to do, no family, and I found myself questioning what it really was that I was here to do.
Right.
I found myself, I was lost, to be honest. I didn't know what was next. But I think in those moments, right, like where you're in your darkest hole and, you're in the deepest, drought and struggle, you really have to dig deep into your inner self. And mind you don't have to do it alone, right? I think everybody has at least one person that they can talk to, right? And if not, you have groups that facilitate, you expressing yourself and getting help with what's on your mind and what's in your head, right? But for me, and for the most part, I think everyone has someone that they can go to and express their frustrations. And I think we've all been there in life where, in a position where we're defeated. So number one, in our community, it's frowned upon to express feelings, to talk about feelings, to, you see another brother in the street, right? You're not going to smile at him.
Yeah.
You probably going to nod, but you're not going. So there are certain things in our community as men, especially, like as boys, men, whatever. They say boys don't cry when you're growing up.
Yeah.
You hit your head. You stop all that crying, nah. But that's the reality we live in, where we don't talk about things. We don't express how we feel. We express them in the wrong ways. Instead of talking, instead of gaining an understanding of the situation, we may lash out or not talk about it, and it comes out another way.
Yeah.
So that, to me, that's the most beneficial thing you can do. Talk about it, right? And then, like I said, go back to history. Man, I think, Kevin Hart has been doing comedy for 20 plus years? He just really, really blew up.
Yeah.
In 2010, on forward.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson was 46, his first movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, wow. Ford, the man who created the car, he was in his 50s. You know what I'm saying? There's no limit on it, man. You can find it at any time, man. You just gotta be on the journey, bro, and wait for it and work for it.
Well, I think Tyler Perry was in his 30s, living in his car when,
come on, man.
The plays, and they were good.
I remember Tyler Perry having plays before he even, and we used to bootleg back there. You feel me? So we used to have the plays back when come on, man. So, and just to watch the grind and watch the journey, man. And I ain't gonna lie, like I said earlier, like doing this, like I said, I feel like speaking is my calling and my the journeys for me to reach my purpose. I love this. I feel good about it. I'm excited to prepare about it. I just love it, man. So earlier, whatever you love and you feel like it's not work and it's a thing that you got to give to the people, because I ain't gonna lie, we all got stories and things that we can give to the world and give to men, give to people in general. And the thing that I feel like too, the longer you delay on your purpose of finding it and walking in it, somebody in the world who needs to hear it or needs whatever it is that you can bring, they're missing out on it. You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that we are all born with a purpose. Every single individual are born with a purpose. And when you find it, it's going to help somebody else, and it's going to just trickle down and just help people. And like you said earlier, eventually it's going to help the world.
Bro, that person out there who's feeling lost and unfulfilled with finding a purpose, I'll just say, bro, it's okay to be lost and confused, man. As men, we all been there, bro. We all been there. Don't beat yourself up, man. It's nothing you're going to find overnight, man. Just continue to try new things. Just continue to be fearful. Just continue to step out on faith, and you're going to get there, man. You're definitely going to get there.
Man, you said something that like triggered my mind, man. And I talked about fear earlier, right? Like, because when you're in that situation, you're fearful of what's going to happen, right? So the advice I would give is, and somebody, I was talking to someone the other day about, you know, it was a conversation similar to this, and they told me, and so the person that said this might have taken it from somewhere else, but they said, man, look, I was talking to my homie the other day. He has a business, just to preface it, and the business is fairly successful. He explained to me the process of this person building the business, and he said the best advice he ever gave me was, do it scared, do it afraid, just do it. You know, however you're feeling, just do it. And I think that's really important. The first step in going towards any purpose is to show up. You running in a track meet, you gotta show up first.
Yeah.
You playing in a basketball game, you gotta show up. Guess what? You want to interview, you gotta just show up first. What they say, you gonna miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
So if you lost, take a couple shots, right? I'm talking basketball. Take a couple. If you,
we ain't talking about no Patron and no Casamigos.
If you lost, take a couple shots. Like, in order to figure out, you know, where you need to go. And whether that means talking to people, whether that means, you know, expressing yourself in a certain manner, whether that means trying new things.
See, but too, I noticed, Cam, you said earlier about like, everybody should have that person that they should be able to go to. And we talk about this often about your circle. And if you don't have anybody in your circle and they're trying to find their purpose, they're not even on their journey to find it, I mean, how's that going to help you at all? You know what I'm saying? Or anybody in your circle that's on their journey that you can actually watch them and say, okay, I see what Cam, well, he taking these extra classes, or I see what Steele was taking these extra courses. If you have that, that's going to build something up in you. And it's a thing like, and yeah, it is what it. A friend of ours, Wayne. That's somebody that I can't even lie, man. That guy go do whatever he can to get wherever he got to go. And to be real, wherever we at in life, I can always look at that and be like, he gonna make it happen. Whatever he say he gonna do, he's gonna go do it. And that's been so inspirational to me and everybody that I'm around. All of you guys, like I see where you guys are like running towards your purpose and trying to find it. And it's about your circle. So try to get around people who are on the same journey of trying to find it. Because if you ask a homie who ain't trying to do nothing, they just, you feel me? They're not gonna feed you. They're not gonna nurture it like you said. Nurture. So you gotta have people that's gonna water you and you're gonna water them. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't keep pouring into people and they're not pouring back into you. You're gonna, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna drown yourself out.
You know, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
you gotta find another iron that's gonna sharpen you.
Yeah.
You know, you can't do all the sharpening.
Nah.
At times you're gonna need to be sharpened.
Yeah.
Facts, bro. That's definitely real, man. But we getting down to the end, man. Man, we thank you for blessing us, man. We thank
It's
you,
been
bro.
a great conversation.
Yes,
man.
there's
Nah,
more
for
to
sure,
come.
man.
Definitely more to come, man.
For sure, man. Is anybody out there still trying to find your purpose? Be patient, man. Be patient. Be fearful. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it. So we gonna end how we always end, man, with a quick prayer, man. God, we just come before you. Just thank you right now for our Man Unmuted family right now, God. If there's anybody still searching for their purpose right now, that don't understand their why right now, God, you know the plans you have for us right now, God, to prosper us right now, God. And we thank you for it right now, God. Man out there who's still searching for that why right now, God, you said in your word, a righteous man fall down 7 times but get back up again right now, God. So we ask that you strengthen them to be fearful and going towards their journey right now, God. We ask that you strengthen them to walk in faith right now, God, no matter what the situation may look like right now, God, to walk in faith towards their purpose right now, God. And we thank you in your name. Amen.
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 Tune in for next week episode, man.
It's going to be a vibe.
It's gonna be a
It was on 'em.
Let's go.
Man, I'm muted.